Hey, what's up, guys? Before we get into today's episode, let me just say thank you to everyone out there who's supporting the channel, supporting the podcast. We're growing. We've been in over, 22 countries on every continent with the exception of Antarctica, and it wouldn't be possible without any of you all. But without further ado, let's hop right into today's episode. See you in it.
This the anthem. If you rockin' with it, put your hands up. Yeah, this the anthem. If you get up and get it, put your hands up. Yeah, this one for the winners if you with me. Yeah. Hands up in the sky if you feel me. Yeah, this one for the winners if you with me. Yeah. Hands up in the sky if you feel me. Yeah. It's the anthem. If I give you my word, that's what I stand on. Loyalty and trust is what I stand on. Family and love is what I stand on. Talking big, big. I knew that one day that I could make it big, big. I'm talking how to stay smoking without a sensei. Now we get up and do it like we got a big rig. It's getting serious, I know you're curious. Took some losses through the process, had me furious. But I got eyes on the vision.
Welcome to today's episode of Grind Hard, Hustle Smart with your boy, Charles Johnson. Hey, so today, I know that we all love these shorter episodes, and I'm working on it. I'm trying to get them down to like 15 minutes, 10 minutes or less, right? So let me just jump right into it for you today. Today, we're going to talk about something that's very, very near and dear to my heart. We're going to talk about perseverance, endurance, resiliency, resourcefulness, mindset, and controlling all those things and bringing them together harmoniously so that you can start moving forward towards your goals, your dreams, your aspirations, and the things that you want to accomplish. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, so I'm just going to break it down for you easy style today. So when I think of my biggest failure in life, the thing that hunts me and that I regret the most is the fact that I didn't end my military career the way I wanted it to end, meaning that it didn't end on my terms. It ended on somebody else's terms. And what I mean by that is I was going through a lot of things at that point in time in life, whether it be divorce or, losing custody of my children at that point in time. And it really drugged me down. And, there comes all the animosity and, people dragging your name through the mud and all these different things that really affects your mental health and your thought process and your mindset. And what I allowed to happen is I allowed my circumstances and my obstacles and my setbacks to proceed before me. What I mean by that is people saw what I was going through before they saw the man going through it. People saw my circumstance before they saw me. People thought of what had happened to me or how I responded to what happened to me before they ever thought of the man and who I was to them at that point in time. See, oftentimes in life, we often let our circumstances live through us instead of us living through our circumstances. We all know those people, when they walk around the corner, you be like, man, oh man, here comes what's his name? Here comes Charles. He's going to be begging again. Here comes such and such, man. She's going to be asking for this again. We all have those people in our lives, and those people are burdensome because they don't realize that they're in control of their situation. And instead of doing something about their current situation, they use it as a crutch, as a reason as to why they are not proceeding in life the way they think they should be proceeding. And we all do this in our minds. I'll tell you this, right now, every single one of us, we often say we're a victim of our environment or we're a victim of our circumstances. When we're not a victim of our environment or circumstances, we're a prisoner to our pessimistic or cynical mindset. What I mean by that is we allow our mindset to control the goals and how we go about doing the things that we want to do in this life. And we allow the storm that's whirling around us as violently as possible to affect how we perceive ourselves, affect how others perceive us, and affect how we think and how we strategically and tactically go about accomplishing the things that we want to accomplish. General Jim Mattis, retired Marine 4-star general, has this great quote, and I love this quote. And it says, the most important 6 inches on the battlefield is the one between your ears. Meaning, if you set out to win and you have the mindset of a winner, the mindset of a champion, the mindset of an overcomer, you're going to get those results. Because there is nothing, very little, if anything, on this planet that can shift somebody's mindset besides that individual. If you decide right now to say, I'm going to accomplish my goals by any means necessary, 9 times out of 10, 99.9% of the time, you're going to accomplish them. But if you have the mentality, the mindset of a victim, that Eeyore mindset to say, woe is me, I can't control the situation, I can't do anything about what I'm going through at this point in time, then 9 times out of 10, you're going to get exactly what your mindset tells you. As a man thinketh, so is he. You are what you eat. You are what you think. We hear these quotes and these sayings so often, and we don't comprehend what they mean. We just think they're cliche and they sound good. But if we fully digested them and masticated on them again and again, in the cattle world, they call it chewing the cud. If we just chew the cud again and again to fully understand what's being told to us and comprehend it, we wouldn't go through a lot of things that we go through in life. So I'll say it again. How many of us out there are allowing our circumstances to live through us, and we're not living through our circumstances? How many people, when you walk around a corner, think of how broke you are before they ever think of the value that you bring to them as a human being, as a person, as a family member, as a friend, as a loved one? How many of you, when you walk into a room, do people think of the fact that you don't try as hard as you should be trying far before they think of how much value you have brought to the table, how much you mean to them, how much they love you, how much they think about you? How many of you, when you walk into a room, do people think about the addiction that you went through instead of thinking about the potential that you have within you? How many of you, when you walk in a room, do people think of how many times you have failed over life in the past and fell on your face again and again, simply trying to accomplish the goals and the dreams that you set out to accomplish far before they think of the value that you have deep down inside, the resiliency that you have deep down inside, the perseverance that you have deep down inside? How many of you do people think of your past far before they ever think of your future? See, in those situations, you have allowed your circumstances to live through you. See, people see the mask that is what's happening to you far before they see the man or the woman wearing the mask. See, sometimes we just need to take that mask off and tell our circumstances, tell the enemy that we are now in full control of where we want to go, the path that we will walk, and how we will think from this moment forward. So many of us hit a roadblock in life and we immediately inherit the victim mentality. We start using it as a crutch. We start saying because of this and because of that and because of him and because of her, I can't achieve what I set out to achieve. When we are now imprisoning ourselves in our own mindset, our own mentality is holding us back. Because we have now allowed our circumstances to personify who we are instead of allowing people to see the person that we are. It's very, very, very simple. That's the reason why I pointed you back to one of the biggest regrets, if not the biggest regret I have in my life, the way my military career ended. Sure, did I serve my military 10 and a half years honorably? Absolutely. Absolutely. Did I love serving? Absolutely. But did it end the way I wanted to end? Absolutely not. Because I allowed my circumstances to walk in rooms before I walked in the room. What did people think of Sergeant Johnson at the end of his career as opposed to when he got promoted to sergeant? Very different viewpoints. I can come here today as the man I am today and tell you that I guarantee you that people who met me when I was that hard charging NCO who was by the book and who was doing everything necessary to benefit his soldiers and benefit the Army, then those people, you put that in contrast to the people who met me at the end of my career. Two very different viewpoints. Why? Because I allowed my circumstances to dictate my reputation. I allowed my circumstances to walk into a room long before I did. And I imagine people had this thought in their mind. If I give this task to Sergeant Johnson, will the external things that's playing out in his life that has nothing to do with the military at this point in time affect the quality of work given? Will it affect the timeliness that the work is provided in? Will the deadline be met? See, when those things are starting to weigh on the tasks and the goals that people have set up for you, the milestones, the opportunities for growth that people give you, your circumstances are walking into the room far before you do. See, it's one thing for people to say, you know what, Charles is a hard worker. He's going to get the job done. And it's something completely different to say, yes, Charles is a hard worker, but I know he'll get the task done. But what about his life on the outside when he clocks out? How much is that going to affect what's going on in the workplace? That's why I love that quote by General Mattis. The most important 6 inches on the battlefield is the one between your ears. Mindset is everything. Mentality is everything. If I had a few words to give you a summary of my life, it would be endurance, perseverance, resiliency, mental toughness, courage. I am the man I am today because I refused to quit, even from birth, when I was born, months before I was due. I refused to quit. The prognosis that the doctor had given my mother was that I wasn't going to live to be a year old, but yet here I am at 36 years young because I refused to quit. Sure, my heart was underdeveloped. I refused to quit. Sure, there was a hole in my heart. I refused to quit. Thank God I did not allow my circumstances to live through me. I decided to live through my circumstances. Sometimes the enemy puts obstacles in your way because you are a threat, not because you are weak, not because you are vulnerable, because it sees the potential in you. It sees the damage you can do to the goal that it has in mind. So it will do everything in its power to make sure you don't reach the goal, including putting seeds of doubt in your own mind, putting seeds of self-hatred in your own mind, putting seeds of self-doubt in your own mind, putting seeds of victimization in your own mind. How long are we going to do this to ourselves? And I'm not saying or undervaluing the things that you've gone through in life, but we should be using these things as fuel to the fire to say, you know what? I am here still. I've been through a lot of things in life, yet here I stand. I don't wear my circumstances as a crutch or as a reason for why I can't do something. They're a badge of honor to say, you know what? I went to the battle. I've gone through the fight, and I am the victor. The enemy may constantly put things in my way, but I jump hurdles. I break through walls. I go through glass ceilings. I overcome doubt. I overcome the victimization attitude. I overcome the self-hatred, the self-doubt. I overcome everything that was put in my way. I overcome my current circumstances. Even though I can't see the light at the end of the tunnel, yet the tunnel will be walked through. Because as long as I put one foot in front of the other and progress through life each and every single day with the mindset that I will win, with the mentality that nothing will stand in my way, I will reach my goals no matter what. I don't care how long it takes. If the battle lasts a day, it lasts a day. If it lasts 100 years, it lasts 100 years. But I will be the one planting my flag on the mountain of victory to say, here I am. You did not beat me. Death, you are defeated. Failure, you are defeated. Oh, woo, man, I'm just so, I'm pumped. Oh, I've been waiting for this. I lost my words. But I want you to understand what I am saying. How many of us are allowing our circumstances to live through us and we are not living through our circumstances? I think this is the greatest example that my life has taught people to this day forward. I sit in class most weeks with people who are 15, 18 years younger than me. And yet I'm on the dean's list. I had doubt in my mind when I transitioned out of the military. Charles, can you exist in the civilian world? Can you compete with the smart young people coming up for the future today? Can you compete with those? I'm on the dean's list, ladies and gentlemen. I know now that I value the things that I went through because I was not ready at 22. I was not ready at 25. I was not ready at 28. I was not ready at 32. I was not ready at 35. But yet here I am at 36, and I can give you this message because I've gone through something and I didn't allow my circumstances to be what people see of me. They see Charles now. They see an example. They see a story to be told. They see somebody that can lead people through hardship, through struggle, pain, strife, crisis, circumstances, controversy. I am a better man today in every which way, shape, and form than I was 15 years ago because I was unwilling to quit. Even though life sucked, I was unwilling to quit. I grew up in poverty. I was unwilling to quit. Didn't have a whole lot of successful men in my life. I was unwilling to quit. I was raised by a single mom and a single grandmama. I was unwilling to quit. I wasn't born with a silver spoon in my mouth. I was unwilling to quit. I faced racism and hatred. I was unwilling to quit. Are you unwilling to quit today? Is your mindset holding you back? You have to start fighting against those things. When those negative things pop up in your mind, you should be immediately battling them, countering them with something positive. Oh, I'm not good enough. I am good enough. I'm ugly. I'm beautiful. I'm gorgeous. I'm not handsome. I am handsome. I'm not smart. No, I'm intelligent. We walk around far too often with this imposter syndrome because we are allowing our circumstances to walk in rooms that it is not allowed to be in. It is not, we are allowing our situation, our circumstances, and the things that we have lived through to be what people see on the outside. See, you should think of yourself as an oven. You ever walk into a house, man, and they just got this dirty, nasty oven, got all this crud, everything, you can see everything that's been cooked on, and you're like, man, I'm not going to eat nothing from this house. Maybe rats and roaches crawling around. You all been in that place where you just stand up, you don't sit down. Hey, bro, you want to take a seat? Nah, I'm good. I'm not going to be here long. I got somewhere to be. I got an appointment. Or are you that oven where you know it's been used? It has some use. You can see where people have cooked on it for years and years and years, but it's still clean. It's clean on the inside. But it provides the best tasting food you ever had in your life because it's been seasoned over time. When you open it up, it burns hot because it no longer is burning off the fragments of being new, the fragments of dirt, the fragments of things that it's gone through. No, it is seasoned on the inside and it burns brighter than a new oven out the store. Are you like that? Do people see the crud that you've been through before they see you? Do they see the crud that you've been through before they see your value? Do they see the crud that you've been through before they are able to determine that you can provide the best meal they've ever had in their life? Or do they open the oven and they see for themselves that, yes, you've been through something, but you use it as fuel to your fire. You use it as that secret sauce to push you to the next level. You use it as that oomph that you need to propel your life into the stratosphere. How do we see ourselves today? How do people see us? Do they see our circumstances before they see the man or the woman that has lived through them? Going through the storm, going through hardship, going through crazy experiences and amazingly incredible, hard circumstances in life are not the end of your value, your worth. your ideas, your goals, your dreams, the things that you want to accomplish, your aspirations. It is yet the beginning of a battle. Life is more than just birth and dying. The time that we have in between is a battle. How is your story going to be written? How is history going to be written? How is her story going to be written? How is your story going to be written? Is everything you do throughout this life going to be marked with an asterisk? He was great, but. He was amazing, but. She was intelligent, but. Or will they say, you know what? Yes, they went through those things. Yes, he went through these things. Yes, she went through these things. But she was an overcomer. She was a victor. He was outstanding, not because of his excellence or his grandiose ideal of himself, but because of the things that he went through. He didn't use them as a crutch. He used them as stairs. She used those experiences and those circumstances as stairs. They were used as fuel. And not only did they make their lives better, or she make her life better, or he make his life better, but everybody saw that individual, saw him, her, as an example as to why they should not quit, as to why their environment will not dictate how far they go, as an example as to why their circumstances did not cripple them. It pushed them forward. They saw everything around them, all the calamity that was going on around them, and yet their mentality kept them focused. Their heart kept them in the game. Their hardship was used as fuel so that they can burn brighter, burn hotter, so that people saw the light standing there at the top of the hill and recognized it as something of excellence, because they understand that in order to get to the top, they had to climb from the bottom. Man, was this a great episode or what? Leave a comment below. Please, man. I've been wanting to get this message out here for a long time, and you know, the older I get, the more I realize I got a very extensive and exciting and, you know, compelling story to tell. And I just wanted to be told. And as I told you before, I do plan on having guests on the podcast at some point in time in the future. I do not know when, but I do plan on it, because I know, you know, sometimes it can get a little monotonous hearing the same person talk over and over and over again. I think there's some amazing people out there in the world, and you all need to hear their story and hear a different perspective and from a different walk of life than that of my own. So as always, thank you for tuning in to Grind Hard, Hustle Smart. We're available on all major podcasting platforms: Spotify, YouTube, Apple, Google, iHeartRadio, Amazon. We're on them all. You can find me at thecharlesjohnson.com to book me for speaking engagements. You can also purchase the merchandise at thegrindishard.com, or you can just click on the products down below. We have hoodies, mugs, sweatshirts available for you all to purchase. Thank you all for your support. You all are awesome, amazing, wonderful human beings. Don't let anybody tell you anything different. Do not allow your circumstances to live through you, but live through your circumstances. And as always, we want to have that right mindset, and we want to grind hard and hustle smart so that we can be everywhere in every way one day. And remember, grind hard, hustle smart each and every single day. Have a good one.
I'm done trying to make y'all comfortable. For the record, you ain't trying to grow, then it's done for you. For the record, lab on me going all the way. For the record, ain't trying to make no time to waste. Running through it with the young influence, adolescent presence, I'm succumbing to it. I've been giving yeses when I shouldn't do it. I complete ejected, but the moves elusive, and I'm barely moving, but I'm still gon' boost them. I can't work on winners when I know you're losing, so I work the winners and they throw the deuces. Guess I had to pivot, shooting no bazookas for the facts. I need racks, paper cash, fuck a tax, that's a joke. Tell them laugh, Uncle Sam, fuck out the bag. Brody plot, but get a whack. Contract, give me the max. I got laugh on my back. You ain't that, then it's raps. Whoa, whoa, whoa. For the record, I'm done trying to make y'all comfortable. For the record, you ain't tryna grow, then it's done for you. For the record, lab on me going all the way. For the record, ain't tryna link, no time to waste.
Facts, I need racks, paper cash, fuck a tax, that's a joke, tell him laugh. Uncle Sam, fuck out the bag, Brody plot, but get a whack. Contract, give me the max, I got laugh on my back, you ain't that, then it's raps.
Whoa, 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 for the record, I'm done trying to make y'all comfortable. For the record, you ain't trying to grow, then it's done for you. For the record, lab on me going all the way. For the record, ain't trying to link, no time to waste.